So today's talk is called 5 Divine Pillars of Success. And they are as follows. First is Sangha, then Mantra, then Shastra, then Prasada, and then Seva. So some of you are familiar with some of them, and some of you are familiar with all of them. The first one is Sangha. Originally I had 4 without Sangha, but Mother Gaurangi kindly suggested to include Sangha, and I was very happy to include Sangha because Sangha is essential, because all these others come from Sangha. Sangha means association, so whom we associate with, it influences our lives. Once there was a chicken farmer who was also an enthusiastic mountain climber. And once he was climbing the mountain and he came upon a nest with 3 large eggs. And he liked the eggs. He wanted to take one and bring it home. He was a chicken farmer. This means he was dealing with eggs. But these ones were bigger than the chicken eggs. And he knew this is not legal, this is not ecological, this is not ethical, but couldn't resist. And he put it in his bag and climbed to the top of the mountain, and then went back to his village and to his farm and hen house, and put the egg in the hen house, and then the chicken lay on it. And after some time, a strange creature came out. Chicken was very proud to have a different kind of a child, but this little guy didn't know how he looks. So he looked around and he saw chicken. And he started thinking, I'm a chicken. Now, I don't know how well chickens see, and if they could notice the difference, that this guy is not a chicken. But they accepted him in their chicken community. And they teach him to do things that chicken do, which is pecking in the courtyard and flying only a few meters, flopping. So he was living with chicken for many years. But one day he saw something amazing in the sky. A beautiful sight, and something was touched in his heart. And he asked his sister, what is this? This is poetry in motion. It looks so beautiful. And the chicken looked and said, oh, that's a golden eagle. He is the king of the birds, king of the skies, and we have nothing to do with him. We can't do what he can do. And he looked with a longing and said, okay, and continued living like a chicken. And unfortunately, he died as a chicken. So this creature lived and died as a chicken because it's all he thought he was. Now you are intelligent. You tell me what lesson we can derive from this story.
You become what you associate with.
You become
what you associate with.
Whom you associate with. What else?
You need to hear about what say Paramatma in your heart, because if you look in the sky, this bird, Paramatma says something, no?
Yes.
And
yes.
he doesn't listen what he says.
So he didn't listen to this inner voice or Paramatma that told him that you are not a chicken.
Yes.
You have much more potential. There is something going right into my eyes there. What is that? It's just so strong, the sun. What is that? Is it just the bench?
The crystal.
It's the bench. Okay, and move a little bit. So, so under the influence of chicken, he thought he's a chicken, and his potential was suffocated. Similarly, each and every one of us has an amazing potential, but due to the bad influence of the environment, we think that there are much less possibilities than actually they are. And when you speak with people who have a broader vision of life, they will always tell you there is many more possibilities than you see at any particular moment. With whom you should associate, or with whom association would be beneficial for you? With whom you want to associate? One way to choose association is to find out who is the expert in your field. Who is an expert in your field, that the field of activity that you want to develop. Maybe you are a teacher, maybe you are a salesman, maybe you are an artist. So if you associate with people in that field who are really good at what you want to do, and you want to be like them, they can become your role models. So in Sangha, it's very important to have role models, idols, people who inspire you, and people who have qualities that you have to want to have. And sometimes when I work with people in coaching, I ask them, what qualities this person has that you would like to have? And then they say determination, or expertise in something, some skill, different things. So look at the people who inspired you throughout life, all kinds of great personalities, and see what qualities they have, and what would you like to develop. What qualities would you like to develop? So never be like this eagle who was completely stifled by the association of chicken. If you want to be an eagle, you cannot associate with chicken. I mean, we may say that, like analogy, like chicken is like materialistic people or ignorant people, and like this. And now you may say, well, I don't associate with chicken. I mean, I don't associate with materialistic people. So what do? I watch TV. So watching TV is associating with chicken. Like this soap opera, and all kinds of very shallow programs, and bad news always. And there is one website called Good News. We spoke about it last time, and they made it in the meantime. I don't know them, but they got this idea. So you can choose with whom you associate. And you may say, well, Akrura, what shall I do? My friend calls me and starts talking, and I listen, and I can't, put down the phone or Skype interrupt because it would be impolite. Well, your time until you die is limited. You can't just waste it. And either you have a high quality conversation which helps both of you, or you say bye-bye. And you have to be, because if you don't respect your time, nobody else will. When people find you are enthusiastic to listen, they will talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until you get blue. So you have to do what? You have to say no with a smile. I have to go, sorry. And after 3 times you say, they will start getting the message. Oh, she has to go, he has to go, so I better be concise. So what I teach is high quality conversations, high quality association, no waste of time. Gossip, talking behind people's back. She's bad, he's bad, she's bad, he's bad. It's a waste of time. Why don't we speak about how can we help this person succeed? How can we influence positively that person who has so many bad qualities, according to my opinion? Or even better conversation is, how can I change my bad qualities? There are plenty. At least 26. Maybe we go for 108. So in association, it's very important how you communicate, how you use your voice, how you use your speech. Therefore, in my seminars, I teach positive speech. If you come to me and tell me, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, I will torture you by saying, how can you say this positively? And you say, no, again, this positivity. Oh, I can't stand it. Let me lament a little bit. Let me complain and blame the universe at least, if not individuals. Okay, you can lament for 5 minutes, but then we have to get into real work. Something positive, constructive, productive. You can't just blame and complain. That doesn't help anyone. Now, what we just did, this chanting, it is stated in the ancient scriptures that this sound that we produce goes 7 times around the whole earth. So by chanting here in this wonderful setting of mountains of Spain and yoga studio and association of wonderful people, is that we actually didn't create auspiciousness only for this area, but for the whole world. It goes around the world. This is the power of the spiritual vibration. So in Sangha or association, Shabda or sound is very important. What comes out of your mouth? So Bhagavad Gita says we should say words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and always reciting wisdom literature. Always reciting the scripture, the spiritual literature. In this way, the quality of your communications will be very high. Now you may say, well, I already tried to do it. But there is one thing maybe you are not doing. You are not doing the same thing in your head, in your mind. This means internal dialogue. How to have a high quality internal dialogue. Also use the verse from the Bhagavad Gita. Also thinking thoughts that are truthful, beneficial, not agitating to others. How do you talk to yourself? Whenever you notice that the mind becomes negative either about you or about others, you say, shut up. And I don't allow this anymore. You become very negative about negativity of the mind. But don't become too negative because it's also negative. So, to have high quality Sangha, high quality communication is needed. What does the word dialogue mean? Who knows?
Which one?
Dialogue.
Dialogue is between 2 people.
Huh?
Between 2 people, conversation.
Yeah, but it's a Greek word and it means something. You can break it down to words.
Logo means speech.
Logos means what? Yeah, also, but it means other things, yeah?
Do these two, at least 2 people for that?
Well, it may mean 2, but it also, dia means flow. And logos means meaning. So communication, dialogue means flow of meaning. Is our communication flow of high quality meaning?
Meaningful
Communication, yeah. We can speak so much nonsense. For example, Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults. Kalerdosha Nidarajan Hyasti Eko Mahatgunad Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. Kalaridosha Nidhi means an ocean of faults. So if you focus on what's wrong, you will drown. You will drown. You can find so many bad qualities in everybody, including yourself.
Yes.
But why focus on this? We can focus on the good qualities and use them as a springboard for success. What is good? Once I have approached one of my Shiksha gurus, Krishna Kshetra Maharaj, and complained about my friend and colleague. We opened a center together, yoga center, and I complained about his bad qualities, and he had plenty. And my teacher was listening, said, "Oh," and then he said, "But does he have any good qualities?" Then I realized, I've been so bad, so negative, so critical of my friend. He didn't even tell me don't criticize him. He just told me this, and I understood that I had been wrong in just giving a photographic evidence of his sins. We remember exactly when I remember exactly when you hurt me in 1996. When you said, "Akrura, you have a big nose. You are from Serbia. You don't look very, posh or whatever." and your lectures are too long, and you sing out of tune, too soft, and you always complain about karatalas and mridanga. so photographic memory of our imperfections. This is very not good in relationships. Don't have a photographic memory of your wife's mistakes. She burned the food someday. Don't do it. Remember when she did this beautiful pizza? It was only once in your marriage. In 1998, she did once, and it was just amazing. She never repeated it again. But you remember only that one. You are just uncompromisingly positive. So now when you start seeing people positively through the eyes of the Bhagavad Gita, because Bhagavad Gita gives you an amazingly positive perception that you see everybody has a spirit soul. Everyone is a soul, and this means they have an amazing potential, and you like them. You say, "What? You have an amazing potential. Why don't you manifest it?" I will help you. I'm a coach. Because until now you have been very good in manifesting bad qualities, so let's make a change. So, can you help me? You are a good manager. He's a businessman. He's a good manager.
Is that myself?
No, I tried that.
Open it more.
Yeah, open it more. You see? You should always need a coach even to put the book. So what I teach is be uncompromisingly positive about people. When you see someone, think about their good qualities and then highlight them. And in the scriptures we have amazing, wonderful examples and indications how we should communicate with people. When you address someone for the first time in a day or whatever, in an hour, you start with all the best of. Oh, the best of the cooks. Oh, the best of the teachers. Oh, the best of the yogis. Oh, the best of the musicians. When you start with such a wonderful, statement, which highlights their qualities and shows your appreciation, then the whole conversation will have another direction. You cannot say, "Oh, the best of friends, I hate you." It's very difficult to do that. Okay, so the next Next is mantra. Now mantra means that sound vibration which liberates the mind from ignorance and suffering. Manasa means the mind, Trayate means that one which liberates. So we are chanting these ancient mantras which are actually eternal, and they are very powerful. They can completely change your consciousness, transform your consciousness. And Vedas, or like Bhagavad Gita, every verse is the mantra actually. And all these Maha Mantra has only 3 names, but it's the most powerful of all. So saints and sages throughout the ages have been singing mantras for purification, from enlightenment, for self-realization, and for God realization. And the more we chant, the more we want to chant. I have been chanting for 30 years, and only now I'm getting warmed up to chant even more, quantitatively and qualitatively. And our different teachers, they have kirtan retreats, japa retreats, kirtan workshops, japa workshops, holy name, divine names workshops. Now there is a kirtan academy. You can go to the academy to learn how to chant the mantras. So it's spreading. There is a kirtan scene, kirtan yoga scene, and it's spreading a lot, and it creates auspiciousness in the whole world. When you chant mantras, you also awaken your original qualities that you have, divine qualities. So mantra connects you to the divine personalities, to God and His devotees. It's a very simple way given by God to connect immediately, instantaneously to connect with Him. And when we chant Hare Krishna, we connect with Him immediately. And the more attentive this chanting is, the stronger you will feel the connection. So now we cannot live without mantra anymore. We feel depressed, we feel sick, we feel as a failure if we don't chant our rounds, isn't it? We also feel like fuzzy, hazy, foggy, like, oh, what am I doing today? I have to chant my rounds. Because this connection actually are giving us strength, give us intelligence, giving us clarity, and we really, really like it. We chant because we like it, because it gives us a higher taste and give us pleasure. Then Shastra. Shastra is scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Bible, Talmud, Quran, all kinds of scriptures are there. And when I was in Tirana, that's in Albania, every morning we were in a hotel, expensive hotel. We changed it after 2 days. Very expensive hotel in the middle of Tirana, like a skyscraper. And then every morning you hear Hoja singing Quran. They have speakers, it's loud, you have to hear it. In the whole city. Like in India also you have the loudspeakers, and you can hear mixture of kirtan from different places. But here, and then we were hearing, and every morning they were chanting. And in our tradition we have chanting. We have 24-hour kirtan also. Chanting the scriptures also, chanting Brahma Samhita, chanting Bhagavad Gita. If you chant only one chapter every day, there is a book called Gita Mahatmya which describes the benefits of this chanting. So chanting Shastra is so auspicious, and what to speak of understanding it and applying it in your life. Even if you chant Sanskrit, even if you understand, you get so much benefit. But if you understand it and apply it and think deeply about what you have read and read the explanations of the acharyas, then you will see how your life changes. You become really, really enlightened with transcendental knowledge. The big problem in our world is ignorance, and Shastra brings knowledge. It explains all aspects of our lives. All kinds of knowledge is there. But Bhagavad Gita is the ABC of the Vedic literature, and we highly recommend it. I teach Gita from the point of view of success. It's full of success principles and tools. If you read it, you will find different things. Like I just mentioned this about the communication. This verse from the 17th chapter of the Gita gives us tips for successful and effective communication. So if you read slowly, I recommend read slowly and read aloud and think about what you read. Don't just read and say, I have read 20 pages today, but read it slowly, think deeply, and make notes. And share on Facebook also. Whenever I read something meaningful, I share it on Facebook. And I get so many likes. Because I share different things and different people like different things. And now I have over 1,000 friends, and I'm not so long on Facebook, maybe several months. Because sharing means caring. If we share, this means we care. So good thing about Facebook is that it teaches us to share and to like. Now, you can also unlike, but very few people unlike once they like something. So you like, you become positive. You share and like. That's good. That's good. Now, I challenge Facebook people because they share amazing wise quotes, and then I say that, are you following this in your life? It's easy to share some wisdom and think it's easy to share some wisdom and think this is for others. And then I say, are you doing this? And they say, well, trying. So I'll give you a little Facebook workshop. Now, how your quotes on Facebook will have a great impact on people. If you live them, if you can stand behind them, if this quote is you, and you are living it, then people will feel it and God will inspire them that, wow, this guy put this and I have to consider it. But if you're just putting for others, they will skip it. But if you stand behind it, because life is not just gross level, and higher forces see your sincerity, like gods, demigods, and higher beings, they see your sincerity and they say, this guy can stand behind this quote, and he didn't put this quote because it's for others, he put this quote because it's for himself, and that's powerful, And then they start to consider it and contact you, say, can I get a therapy with you or something? Well, I'm not a therapist, but we can have a chat and see if you like it. And in this way, we can share what we learn from the wisdom literature. But Bhagavad Gita is full of wisdom, and one big problem with the scriptures and with the Shastra is that we don't read it. We have a big, wonderful library of spiritual books in our home, and we, maybe read it once or very quickly or half of it. And when our friends come, they say, wow, you have an amazing library, but we don't read it. And if you don't read it, you don't benefit from it. Actually, not only read it, but apply it. Understand how to apply it. This is not only for reading and for entertainment and saying, wow, this is great, I will share it on Facebook, but it's also for application, to apply it. So Shastra means weapon also. Weapon to slash knowledge. To slash ignorance. A weapon of knowledge to slash ignorance. And it can really liberate you. Sometimes when you are depressed, try this. Take some of the scriptures and open it randomly, and then do like this. Listen to this, what I got. One should not fast for some political purpose, not eating, fasting. This is Gandhi. One should not fast for some political purpose. That is described in Bhagavad Gita as fasting in ignorance. And anything done in ignorance or passion does not lead to spiritual advancement. This is so good. This is so relevant to me. I mean, don't just do austerities for its sake. So, and also it mentions passion, ignorance, which we also have to get free from. Shastra, wherever you taste it, it's nectar. So you can open it here, and always there will be some relevance and some connection, and maybe next sentence is your sentence. You read it, but you can do like this. I have an experience with Shastra, especially with this book. When I was in Peru, it's a place near Lima, Chosica. It has a beautiful temple, and many people were coming to me for consultation. My translator, she got inspired to bring people. She got an impression that I can help them, and she was bringing friends, friends of friends, kids of friends, teenagers, and I felt like Jesus. People bringing everybody to Jesus for healing. and it worked. It worked well. I would somehow I would just tell them a few things, tell them the truth about their illusion, but nicely. I mean, I wasn't rude, and they were very happy. And sometimes what I would do, I mean, sometimes we would do the exercise of opening the Gita randomly, but sometimes I would tell them not even to open it. They say, oh, I have this problem and this. I say, okay, take the Gita and put it on your ear and tell me what you hear. They say, oh, I am in Maya. I am in illusion. And I am sabotaging myself. So this book is so powerful, even if you don't open it, it gives you wisdom. You can try it. Another things related to Shastra that I teach is Gita glasses. Gita glasses. Look through the eyes of the Gita. If you see through the eyes of the Gita, everything is different and everything is much positive and much more pleasant. Shastra Chakshu means one who sees through the eyes of the scriptures. So when you read, you develop new eyes and you see the world differently. When you see a tree, you see your brother. You don't see somebody to cut with a knife heart of the name of your beloved. But you see your brother or sister, and you want to benefit this tree by giving him a chance to become a yogi or spiritual, or it's maybe an ex-yogi. Recently, I was in Avila. Is Avila? Avila. Friends, they have a farm, and there's a little lake. And then we went for swimming, but there were some people there, and they were actually not very dressed. And they were enjoying hot weather and swim, and we looked at the sky, and some of them, somehow we circled them. I mean, there was ladies also. So we circled a very big circle to come to the place where we will swim. And then I was climbing one part and somehow tried to avoid. There's like nudist or half nudist, whatever. And then they started waving. They say, oh, you can come here, no problem. I said, well, no, I wanted to climb from this side. But then my friend, he actually showed how he sees this situation through the eyes of the scriptures. He said, you see these trees, they were probably people who were, being naked here on the bank, and now they got a tree. They can stand naked here for so many years. Because by the law of karma, if you expose your body, you get born as a tree, then you can always be naked. So he saw it like this. But when you see it with the eyes of the scriptures, everything is auspicious. Every problem is an opportunity. Every problem is an opportunity. You never see problems again. So that's Shastra. And after Shastra, there is Prasada. It's a spiritual food, the food that has been offered to God, vegetarian. And there is so many stories how people made advancements simply by tasting this food. Uh, uh, we have experience of eating that food for many years. I mean, I have 30 years. And this food is different than other food. When you taste it, you make spiritual advancement simply by eating. Because this food is not ordinary, it has been sanctified by being offered to God. Now God is not hungry, that He needs our food offerings, but this is an offering of love. This is an offering of love, and when we offer with love, it becomes purified, it becomes sanctified, it becomes spiritualized, and everybody benefits. And in this way we express our love to God through food. There is this book, 5 Languages of Love, which express different ways of how people receive love. And some people, now this was not listed in the book, but some people receive love through food. If you feed them, if it's not poison, then they really are convinced that you love them and that you like them. And every mother, puts so much love in the food for the kids, and sometimes also for the husband. it depends what's the phase, what's the relation, how it's relation. But put so much, and then the family members get nourished, even emotionally, through that food, because there is so much love and affection, even if salt is missing. Sometimes salt is missing, but there is so much love. It's easy to add salt, but it's not easy to add love to the food. So while you are cooking, if you're thinking of how you're cooking with love and you want to offer it to Krishna, to God, then this food becomes so powerful. People are saying knowledge is power. People are saying, what else is power? Yoga is power. Love is power. But I have boiled down power to a very simple word: food is power. If you don't eat, you become weak. Now it's difficult to not overeat, but we are working on it for 30 years, 56 years. So food is a miracle, actually, substance. If you prepare it in proper consciousness, then amazing things can happen. Even by eating sanctified food, you can understand better the mantras and the scriptures and the shastra, and therefore we eat 3 to 5 times a day, depending how big are the main meals. And then the last one is seva. Seva means service. Seva means service. So we practice devotional service, which means service to God and and everybody else in the context of relationship with God. And seva, our service, is our eternal sanatana dharma, our eternal occupation, our eternal characteristic. As sugar is sweet, as water is transparent and liquid, as the salt is salty, so our main quality, our main characteristic is our dharma. And that is service, 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 and service with love. If you always understand, I'm simply a loving servant of everyone, you will always be happy. The trouble starts when we start thinking, why do not other people serve me? I want to be served. This is where trouble starts. Recently I wrote a poem on Facebook. If you go deeper on my posts, you will find it. It's called Beloved. Again, it's a love poem. And it says, when I want to enjoy you, I suffer. When I want to serve you, I enjoy. Simple. Or I'm happy. So whenever you find yourself depressed, frustrated with relationships and things like this, just understand your internal nature. Remember your eternal nature. I am an eternal servant of everyone, an eternal servant of God and of His children. And why should I expect from others? I should expect from myself to serve, and to be happy. Yeah. And we are very happy contributing. We feel very happy giving to others. Why a thief steals? Because he wants to give to his family, isn't it? Even he's stealing from others because he wants to give. Everybody wants to give something. This is our nature. We are natural givers. Imagine you just take, accumulate. Wow, I have so much. I have so much. I feel so royal. I feel so rich, and I have so much. And at one point you get bored. But when you make other people happy, when you are giving, when you are serving, then you feel so happy. So therefore we always ask, how can I serve you? What can I give you? How can I enrich your life? So basically we want to bring good fortune to other people's lives. As yoga people or spiritual people, we want to bring good fortune to other people's lives in all areas. Body, mind, heart and spirit. So I am also counseling couples because I want them to be happy. I had a seminar in Madrid, and first I met with ladies, then with men, then together. So because then they can speak confidentially. First day, complain or whatever. Second day also complain or whatever. And third day together, some positive development. No, they were very positive because I threatened them. I said, third day you have to be positive. They were pretending they're positive. Yeah. But basically what I'm teaching couples, and it starts to work in Madrid, in our center, they start to be kind to each other. That is rare nowadays. That is rare. To say, I love you. I teach them to say, I love you. Can you imagine? I teach them to say, I love you. I teach them to say, you are such a good cook. Then also there is this thing about relationships. How can we serve others? I have a leaflet which is amazing. I use it for. I have also a plastic cup in my room, and because I don't kill insects, I catch them and throw them out. So this is a non-violent way of getting free from mosquitoes.
How do you do that?
I have a cup, and then I'm quick. I catch the mosquito, and then put the leaflet, and then take them out, close the window, and suffocate. So this leaflet is an amazing thing. It explains how to understand a woman. This is a big mystery. Here's most ladies, so maybe you like it, but men are heroes. They always want to give a solution, and ladies usually don't need it. They just want to express how they feel. So if you understand that a lady is just expressing, and for her it's a huge favor just to listen, then you don't have to be a hero and you don't have to be Albert Einstein with amazing solutions to unresolvable problems. So this, if you get married, then definitely remember, no solutions, only ear. Hear with your ear, my dear. And you'll be a happy husband. Now, the worst thing the woman can do to a man is to say, you are earning too little. In one way or the other, all the ladies tell this to their husbands. We need more. And then he becomes so frustrated that he starts to talk to her secretary, who sees him as God, also because he's paying her. And he says, well, she appreciates me more, and maybe I should go on a business trip. And so But the wife should always tell her husband, I know you're doing your best, and I know you can do more. This is much better, isn't it? It's the same thing. You request him to bring more, do more, but in a much more positive and clever way. Seva, it's in our blood. Service is in our blood. We want to do something for someone. We want to do something for someone. And we feel good when we do something. Because this is our nature. This is our eternal nature. This is how God created us, to serve and to love. Now, many people are serving but not with love. They are serving with a grudge. I have to serve. You go to a restaurant. There was one guy who really impressed me. His name is Horst Schulze. Yeah, now you may mean, who in the world is Horst Schulze? He's not even a German, he's American. Horst Schulze. Who is this guy? Well, when I tell you, you will be maybe a little bit impressed. He was the director of Ritz-Carlton hotels worldwide. You know Ritz-Carlton? It's a very luxurious hotel. And they have developed an amazing service. They have this uncompromising personalized service motto, which means that they treat you like a king. They remember your name. Even once you visit, they remember your name. They remember what juice you like. Next time you come to their hotel, this juice is in the fridge. And they call you by name. They know your name. And if you spill something, they know what to do. So they have an amazing culture, but he built it. He built that culture of service, amazing customer service, and this hotel is so successful. Yeah. So he was speaking about his experience going to the bank. He comes to the counter, and the bank is all marble. It's like a Parthenon in Greece. You know these banks. There is pillars, and it's marble, and it's rich, and it looks so luxurious, and the armchairs are like royal armchairs. And he comes to her, and he says, and she looks at me, and she hates me. Customer service. She does not even look at me. She's so frustrated. This is because her boss or somebody don't treat her well. They don't treat her well. So, if you do any business, what will be the competitive advantage? The competitive advantage would be high-class service. You serve your customers, nicely. You respond on time. You keep your promises. If you promise that, seminar starts at such and such a time, then you be on time. You be before time. You come before time. And so many things you can do to serve. So first-class service is rare today, despite all the seminars of customer service and development and success and business and sales. Still, customer service, first-class customer service is rare. Now, I have a friend who is present here, and I will first speak about him, then introduce him, so that it remains a mystery. He is such an amazing servant. Since I came to Malaga, I just experienced his service mentality, his help, his friendship, and I'm learning. He's listening to my classes and I'm talking, but I'm learning by his example. How he acts. That's more important than talking. And I'm thinking, how can I implement this mentality in my service with other people? And it's just, and even almost in anxiety that I'm taken care of. I feel embarrassed a little bit, and it's amazing, it's wonderful, but I feel I don't deserve this kind of treatment, but I'm learning so much, and I'm going to apply it in dealing with people I serve. It's so wonderful. And that person is Ganashyam Prabhu, my friend. He's really amazing. Maybe you don't like to hear a little bit, but I really couldn't resist. I cannot resist to do this because I'm really learning from you so much. He's from Mumbai, from India, a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami, who is really teaching his disciple to be caring, to be servants. He himself also I mean, I don't know if he still does it, but he insists that he sleeps on the floor. He's a guru. He can have a palace. He insists to sleeps on the floor and always listening to devotees, preaching, serving, working so hard. He has written a book, autobiography, Journey Home. It's a really amazing. I really recommend it. You can buy it on Amazon or in the temple also.
Yeah.
Journey Home. It's an amazing story. He was hitchhiking to India from Europe and meeting different gurus and swamis and yogis and Mother Teresa. And I mean, it's just incredible. I also plan to read it. I know a lot about it through stories of others, but I got it now electronically. I can read it slowly. So I meet many of his disciples. He's one of them, and they have similar mood. Servant, helping, loving, and I'm learning from them a lot. And my area of service is devotee care, and they are already doing it so much. And in Mumbai, they organize counselor system where everybody is taken care of, and it's very inspiring to see such a community. They also have an eco village in near Mumbai, isn't it? Yeah, and they're developing also wonderful community where they practice helping each other succeed. Health instead of chaos, we should have health. HEOS, helping each other succeed. And in this way have very, very caring communities. So in caring communities you can experience seva to the fullest, how people serve each other. Everybody is ready to serve everybody else. Everybody wants others to be happy. One couple wants other couple to be happy instead of being envious or jealous. And it's really, really heavenly atmosphere. It's amazing. Still, there is so many things to improve, but that attitude and that desire to serve is such a huge power. So the greatest power actually is seva, service. Service is the greatest power. This is our greatest strength. Okay, so this was a little overview of the 5 divine pillars of success. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I have people in my surrounding. They, well, yes, the way of thinking about themselves or others is very much like they think bad about themselves and about others.
Who?
These people, some friends of mine.
Uh-huh.
And then it's very difficult for me to help them because they cannot trust anybody because they think bad of others. And I wonder how can we help such a person? Person who say, I am bad, others are bad, the world is bad, everything is bad. So I'm bad too. Then how can they notice or
It's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple. Bring them to me. You come with them. You come with them and saw what I will do to them. See how I will speak to them.
all right.
And then you will learn how I do it. I basically grab them by the neck and I say, if you don't change, you are finished. No, I'm joking. I teach them few things, a few tricks. And you can. So I'm still here until I'm next week until Saturday or Friday.
Saturday.
Until Saturday. So you can. Some of these days you can bring them, and we can talk in peace in the part of the garden, and you can see how I do it. Is that okay?
Thanks.
Yeah. It's a instant coaching on the spot. And it's called Gita coaching. It's not ordinary coaching, it's Gita coaching, based on the Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada. Any other?
Where is the community that you mentioned in Mumbai? And
Chaupati, Mumbai, yes. They also have a hospital, Bhaktivedanta Hospital, which provides normal medicine but also alternative medicine. Also, if you want to die, then you can die there. Spiritual environment. I mean, that is coming for all of us. It's not impractical. It's just you are just too young. But later, when you're not so young. If you decide to die, then you can go and die there. I mean, die as a princess of divinity, spirituality.
But anyone can go to this community.
Prabhu,
Yes.
You can.
see,
Yeah.
In the eco village.
but you can go.
And it's,
You have to
Radhananda
prepare
Swami
for-
say to me, it's free. So if you want to go there and do service, it's you don't need to pay for be there. So that is
It's
the
in
good
Mumbai
news.
or it's outside
Near
of
to
No,
Mumbai?
it's near to
Near
Mumbai.
One thing I'm trying to do,
I don't remember the name, really.
if you like, you can help me. I'm trying to do in Spain, because Spain is so favorable, is that every person has a guide, guide and caregiver in one person. You know, so I have a seminar called "Become a Trusted Guide," and this seminar can train people how to do that. And also, I was just telling on the way here to Anandavardhana Prabhu, I created a plan, a file called Devotee Life Plan, and this gives a blueprint for someone's life, a person who wants to advance spiritually and also take care of his or her material needs also. I mean, any kind of needs. And when you have this in front of you, and different things that you can do with your life, and how to take care of yourself and of your life, or how to take care of others, then you get a hope, you get a clear vision, you can set clear goals. I want to develop that tool. I started only 2 days ago, but it's a very, very helpful tool for every individual. I mean, you don't have to even be a devotee, because you have it clear in front of your face, and it can really, really make a difference in your life. Planning, goal setting, these are like pillars of coaching, and many people don't do them. They just live. They don't even have a planner. I tell them, get a planner, they buy it, and they don't use it. So planner is for using, to manage your time, to manage your life better. And there is power to structure. You know, if you have a structure, your energies are more focused, and you can be more efficient and more effective. And this is why coaching is powerful. It gives you structure, how to think, how to act. And it's not that you become a robot or a number just because you have a structure. No, you have your creativity, you have your individuality, but you're more focused. You're more focused. Look at any successful person. They're disciplined, they have structure, they're focused, and they know what they are doing. They're very clear what they are doing. This is also important for success. Okay, last question. Who has the best question? When you don't want people to ask any more questions, then you say who has the best question. Then everybody's shy. But always there is some bold people in the audience.
Maybe we can do a little bit Kirtan and
Okay, and then?
because
We
8
have
o'clock,
prasadam
yeah,
waiting.
So
Okay.
I think
So
8
short
o'clock
Kirtan?
Short
Kirtan.
kirtan and 8 o'clock we have prasadam.
Yeah.
Because it's
Okay.
20 to 8 now.
Uh-huh.
Yes.